What's going on? Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Had it the opera on you knuckles. What's going on with y'all? Finna do a quick post game. Oh, tripping. All right. So I'm gonna do a review of the game. I got home late, but I watched it and everything. What's up, Nerdy Blue? I did do the intro, Boogie. You came late. I did my intro. But I'll do it again for my boy Boogie since he my boy. Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Hit it one more time for my boy Boogie. What's up, Nerdy Blue? I had to do it one more again. One more again. Head double out on the headstand. Now, this game basically was over when the second quarter hit. When the second quarter hit, this game was over. Miami is way out of their league. But this is the problem. Eric Spoelstra does not know how to adjust mid-game. And this what I felt was going to be a problem to look at. Eric Spoelstra kept three guards out there, and this is what shout out to Leaf. This is what Leaf said. This is what Nick, Detroit T, others have said that they're going to exploit that three guard lineup, and they exploited it. Oh boy, did they exploit it. They exploited that lineup. It was crazy. They kept going to Gordon down low in the first quarter. Second quarter came, they kept going down low or they kept moving the ball around. All five guys touched the ball. Sometimes it was just three guys and they got an open shot. Miami's going to have to find a way either to go to man and sit some of them white boys down, or some of them guys who aren't that great of a defender. They're going to have to find a way to tweak their zone. Their zone got ate up tonight. They tried to go 1-3-1. They tried to go 1-2-2. They tried to go 2-3. It was not working. They tried to go 3-2. It was not working. They got exploited tonight. And the thing is, Joker really wasn't that aggressive scoring. Joker was just moving the ball and facilitating. And it was beautiful basketball to see. This is what I'm talking about, the difference between real basketball and the BS ball. Nuggets weren't even jacking up threes tonight. The Nuggets actually played a half-court offense, and they were destroying the Heat. The Heat weren't even moving around and stuff. It was crazy. No, it's not Nuggets in 5. I still got the series going 7. I just think that Eric Spoelstra has got to make an adjustment. He might have to sit Duncan Robinson down this series. And he might have to move Kyle Lowry up a little further in the when he comes off the bench. Instead of bringing him in around like 7 or 6 minutes, he might have to bring him in around 9 or 10. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna say they don't have no chance in hell, Q. I still think they got a chance. It's a slim chance, but I believe they got a chance. Yeah, got their front court and abused the small guards. Listen, Bruce Brown has been probably the sixth man of the playoffs. He has come off the bench and changed the whole dynamic of the Nuggets. The Nuggets didn't have this last year. Kendall Pope doing what he does. You're right, Magic on man. Game 1. Right, I agree, AB. They got a double team. You had the Nuggets winning by 9. Well, it was really worse than what it was. They just hit some threes down the stretch to make it look close, but this game was a blowout by the time the second quarter hit. Eric Spoelstra has got to find a way how to move the ball. He got to find a way to he's got to find a way to adjust. You know, he doesn't have a lot of big guys on the bench, but he's got to find a way to keep Aaron Gordon from just running freely to the paint. Aaron Gordon kept running down after a missed shot, filled the lanes on the fast break, get in the position, and he's just picking the guards apart. They got to find a way where when it's a missed shot, they're going back on transition defense to get set up into their half court defense. They've got to find a way to move Jimmy on Aaron Gordon or find somebody to pick him up. Either Bam and Butler got to say, look, two-man game, wherever Gordon go, I'm going to be there, you be there. And then Highsmith, they got to bring him, they got to let him start because he's a great matchup against Jamal Murray. He has length, he has size, he could play the perimeter as well as the post. I would start him. I would start Highsmith and I would bring Caleb Martin off the bench. That's what I would do. You know, I would bring him off the bench. You know, right now, that's what I would do. You know, that's just me. You know, Highsmith played a phenomenal game. You know, Bam Adebayo, shout out to Bam. Bam actually played. He played good, and I felt like they went away from Bam. They went away from Bam. They should have they should have went to Bam a lot more. They stopped going to Bam. I'm like, why would you stop going to Bam? Bam was killing. You know, he was down there doing his thing. You know, I didn't like some of the calls that were being made by Spo. Man, Spo got to learn, look, if something ain't working with a certain player, he's got to put somebody else in off the bench. I don't know who else they have, but he's got to find a way. He can't keep sticking with lineups that aren't working. If a lineup's not working, don't be hell bent on trying to make it work. It just doesn't work. Come back to it later. You could have been flip-flopping guys around, but instead you just sticking with the same guys for too long. You know, that's my issue with Eric Spoelstra. I feel like a lot of times he takes a long time in making that decision to adjust. You know, he should have been adjusted a few times. A few times he should have adjusted. You know, he wasn't even adjusting good to me. You know, but it's just one game. We can't just get all crazy and say, oh, it's over. It's only one game, guys. You know, we gotta. I don't watch way too much basketball, but right now it's looking like a 5 or 6 game series, you know, at best. You know, that's the way it's looking. You know, let's see what happens. You know, something might happen. We don't know. You know, something might decide to come up. Yeah, they were missing wide open threes. If they make those wide open threes, we might have a different ball game. So that's why I'm not trying to say, oh, well, the Heat are done. I don't think the Heat are done. I think if the Heat make their shots and they put Highsmith into the starting lineup, I think they're going to give guys problems. Like, for real. Yeah, Nuggets got to close out better. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying if they would have hit some of those open shots, I think it would have been a closer game. Yeah, it should have been a 20-point blowout. I agree. Should have been a 30-point blowout. So if I'm Miami, I don't have my head down. I'm like, you know what? We only lost really by 15, but respectfully, we lost by 9. So it's like if we make our threes and we capitalize on those stops we got during the game, we're back in it. So I can't just say, you know what? I'm just going to say, oh, whatever, they're done. I don't think they're done. I think they could steal game 2. I think the Heat could go and steal game 2. I think they can steal it. I think game 2 they're going to come out totally different. They're going to have some lineups changed and they're going to be able to adjust. I'm just saying. Yeah, 11 points. Excuse me. Thanks, DC. Not 9, but 11. Right. I think Kevin Love's hurt, Cheyenne. But I look at the team stats. I don't look at the individual stats. The field goal percentage, you had the Miami Heat 39 of 96. They were 41% as a total team from the field goal percentage or the field. The Nuggets were 40 of 79, which was 51%. So they won that war. So they won they won making their shots from the field. The 3-point shot, 13 of 39 for the Heat. They were 33%. The Nuggets were 8 of 27. They were 30%. So if the Heat at least make 20 or 22 of those, they could have won this game, guys. I just really don't. I think they could have won this game if they would have hit their open threes or their open shots. It wasn't just threes they missed. They missed some 2-pointers as well. The free throws, the Heat only had 2 free throw attempts. 2 free throw attempts. The Nuggets had 6. They had 20 free throw attempts. The Nuggets were 16 of 20, 80%. This is where the game was lost. The Heat couldn't buy a foul. They were getting knocked around every time they went to the hole. They couldn't get a call. If they could have got at least 10 or 15 free throw attempts, they could have won this game, guys. I'm just saying, they could have won. Total rebounds, 43 by the Heat, 45 for the Nuggets. The Heat had 11 offensive rebounds. The Nuggets only had 6. Defensive rebounds, the Heat had 32. Nuggets had 39. Assists, Heat had 26. Nuggets 29. Blocks, they're even at 4. Steals, the Heat had 5. Nuggets had 4. Turnovers, the Heat only had 8. The Nuggets had 10. Points in the paint, 46 by the Nuggets, 38 by the Heat. 15 personal fouls on the Heat, only 8 to the Nuggets. So the only thing that really killed the Heat was missed open threes. Not getting any foul calls. They should have been put on the line at least 10 or 11 times tonight. If you're going to do a free throw discrepancy, at least give the Heat 11 or 12 attempts. They were attacking the basket and they got fouled and they didn't give a call. And in offensive rebounds, watch this. This could really hurt the Nuggets. The Heat had 11 offensive rebounds. The Nuggets only had 6. And they had 39 defensive, Heat 32. So the differentiation of the rebounds was only 2, guys. That's it. That's what I'm saying. The Heat are not out of this. The Heat could win this series. Yeah, Jimmy got to step up, AB, but I'm used to this by Jimmy. Bam stepped up. So as long as one of them guys step up, I'm good. But they both can't be a shell of themselves. Right. Yeah, they only had 2 free throws. They at least should have had 10 free throws. Like, they got fouled tonight. They was getting hacked going to the basket. They was getting hacked going to the basket. They only got 2 free throw attempts. That's crazy. Right, Cheyenne. When I saw that betting odds, I knew the Heat. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it too. Well, I mean, he wasn't looking like D. Howard. Aaron Gordon wasn't that impressive. He just did what was given to him. Whatever was given to, he was the one to get the game started when he got those easy baskets. But still, the Heat were only down 4. They were only down 4. The only reason they got blown out was they were missing open mid-range shots. They were missing threes, and they were going to the hole, and they weren't getting any foul calls. They didn't. But the Heat could win this series. I was not impressed with the Nuggets. The Nuggets, to me, can be beaten. So I knew going into this would be a 7-game series. I still think it's going to be 7. I really think it is. They really didn't keep their foot on their neck, still the King. It's just that, I mean, they had the free throws. They gave Denver this game. I'm not even going to lie to you. Denver was given this game. Denver really did not play that impressive to me. Yeah, too many threes. I agree, James. But at the end of the day, they were wide open. If you're wide open to shoot that 3, I'm going to shoot the 3. The problem is, if they would have made those threes and mid-range shots, they could have been probably winning by 5 or 6. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't really that. It really wasn't that. It really wasn't, to me, a big differentiation from the game. After watching this game, if I'm the Miami Heat, I'm ready for game 2. I'm ready for game 2 right now. I'm ready right now. It's not, okay, they had size and length, Q, but Q, I just read it off. Look what I read off, Q. Total, the Miami Heat had 11 offensive boards to the 6 to the Nuggets. Then they missed those open threes. Q, if they would have hit those open threes and at least would have got at least 10 or 12 attempts from the free throw line, they could win this game. They could win this series. The Nuggets did good, but it didn't look like it was just it's going to be 5 or 4. I mean, I've seen it. Nah, he wasn't looking like Iverson, but he was okay. I agree, James. What up, Detroit T? Yeah, I agree, T. I agree, James. Jimmy got to step up. But Bam stepped up tonight. So if they listen, even with Jimmy playing passive, if they would have hit their open threes and they would have capitalized on the stops that they had against Denver, they could have been winning this game. Seriously. From what I was watching, I think Miami could beat this team. I think they could beat this team. But you and Nichols and AB, James and T, y'all are right. Yeah, I like the Bam. Bam played great tonight, but they stopped going to Bam. Why would you stop going to Bam? That's what pissed me off. They just stopped going to Bam. It was like, why? Oh, yeah, he did. Shout out to Joker. He did. He made some real big clutch shots. Joker did his thing. But I mean, look, I just feel they could have won. You know. Yeah, missed threes and all of that. Yeah, right. I agree, Rakim. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a straight game. But like I said, I'm finna drop the link for you guys. Y'all could get in. We could discuss the game. There go the link so you guys could jump in. You know, we could do what we gotta do. You feel me? Oh boy, that boy is ready. You see my Nuggets blue light special going on.
And that's dope too. You know what I'm saying? That's dope too.
Special.
The blue light special.
HD T, what it do? T, what it do?
What's up, still the king in the house?
Chilling, brother. Blessings to the family.
Man, blessings to you, man. Blessings to T, man. Yeah, man, from me looking at it, man, like I said, I mean, if Miami make those threes and Jimmy show up down the stretch, I think they could make this a series. I really didn't see dominance tonight. I just saw some missed shots, some missed opportunities. Because number 24, that's a bright spot for the Heat. If I could put him in and have them do what they were doing, full court press Murray and Joker, man, this could be a nice series. And plus, the Heat, which y'all don't know, they only got 2 attempts from the free throw line. So if they at least could have got 10 or 11 of those free throws, plus they won the offensive rebounding board.
Listen,
this would be interesting.
And another way, if Jimmy only had I can't even say Jimmy, dog.
James,
we saw James tonight. You know what I'm saying?
It's Mr. Butler.
If James if he had 10 more points tonight, they would have been right in this game to the end and shit. You know what I'm saying?
If Strus would have at least
that's only 20 points.
Yeah, Strus was struggling.
They had a horrible game.
Strus
it's kind of like what I've been saying. Like Denver, like listen, Denver looked good against the Lakers because the Lakers are absolutely trash. And shit.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But Denver is vulnerable because just like you see, they take their foot off the gas.
They don't. They need to have a more killer instinct.
And once they do that, it'd be hard for them to get their rhythm back.
Exactly.
I've watched this team do the same thing all year. Like they're good enough to beat whoever in terms of talent. You know what I'm saying? They have probably the most talented team in the NBA and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Them in Boston, up there.
But
it just can they put it together?
Well, they put it together, but the thing is, dog, they can't. They fall asleep at the wheel, dog. They do this all the time and shit.
But that's not that's not putting it together though. T, you gotta put it together. I mean, when I'm saying put it together, all aspects of the game, you gotta be on a consistent basis.
But we're not talking about the first round of the playoffs and shit. This is the finals. So they've put it together enough to get here. You know what I'm saying? But their fault is that where they're vulnerable at is that they fall asleep at the wheel, dog.
And
they play down to the level of their competition.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You talking about like they get overexcited?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just saying, with the finals, bro, you got to put it all on the line, bro, because there is no tomorrow, bro. You may not get this opportunity again.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they do. I think like they commit to mistakes and commit to like young teams when they do. Whenever they get up, they commit to
the mental aspect of it.
Where Miami. They can take advantage.
It's like a lot of these
I think
teams.
Denver is just too comfortable, bro. That's right. That's what the thing is, bro. Like they need to listen. This shit ought to be an ass whooping, bro. Like Miami don't belong on the same court with that team.
In the words of the late great Kobe, the job's not finished.
But
the job is not finished. Definitely.
If Miami would have hit those threes and at least got 10 or 11 attempts from the free throw line.
They probably couldn't start this game.
But here's the thing, HD, bro. The thing is that like everything that they was doing, like inside the 3-point line, that's what the Nuggets was basically giving up. The Nuggets basically play a game like, yo, y'all need to outscore us. That's basically how they play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically their defense. Yo, listen,
that's their problem though.
That is their problem.
They fall in love with they fall in love with the three. You know what I'm saying? And they forget how to keep their offense rolling.
What the thing is, plus that kind of falls into the Heat.
The rotation, the ball movement.
Yeah, the Nuggets are going to execute. That's the thing about it. They're going to execute their sets and their plays and the half-court
for sure.
set.
Yeah.
But the thing with Miami is Miami don't have no attacking points. You know what Miami attacking point is? Miami attacking point is Jimmy and Bam get 2 feet in the paint,
get into a rhythm
and pump fake.
Right.
That's what their attack point is.
But see,
and
that's
then
what
back out.
I see what you're saying, Lee. They don't have.
That's what's killing him, dog. This nigga Jimmy, dog, got to put his big boy shit on, dog. Like, nigga,
they need that athletic guard that can get to that second level.
Jimmy is doing too much surveying the floor.
Yes,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
that's exactly what it is.
It's like, bro, this is the finals, bro. What are you doing, dog?
You got to go for the gusto.
Yeah, dog.
You got to establish a game work.
Exactly. You got to go for the gusto,
man. The thing about the Denver Nuggets defense is that defense is not an attack defense. It's a defense that sit back. Yo, if you can outshoot us, go ahead and prove it.
It's like the Lakers. The Lakers do the same way.
That bend but don't break defense.
They're stronger than the Lakers because they got more athletic dudes.
Yeah,
that's true.
But you're right though, because Miami got it was like Denver didn't force them to do nothing and shit. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
they didn't take nothing away from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that bend but don't break.
Miami just settled for stupid shots. You know?
Right. They like to settle for the stupid shots.
And the thing is, they was basically daring them to attack them in the paint. They was basically, all right, yo, come on.
That's what we were talking about. We were saying, that it was open for them. They didn't take advantage. They would settle for them shots.
That's why they only shot 2 free throws all game.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing about Miami. Miami way of getting to the free throw line is Jimmy and Bam pump faking until somebody jump. And the Nuggets don't fall for no damn pump fake because they're not an aggressive defense. They'll wait and then, okay, we're going to secure the rebound defense. You get one shot.
Read and react defense. Read and react.
Bam is the perfect kind of player that could take advantage of Joker and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Instead of shooting all them lean away, fade away jumpers,
attack the basket.
Attack the basket.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
That's what they want. That's what they want you to do. Because the thing is, Joker is not going to contest nothing at the rim. He's gonna let you get by. Everybody else gonna get the way Joker gets in foul trouble is Joker gets in foul trouble off of pick and roll sets, and then
I was just saying that. Yeah, that's what they need to do.
Switches.
Yeah, but the thing is, Joker is wearing you down on the offensive end because of his screens. His body is wearing you down, and then his post play is wearing you down.
Yeah,
because
we were saying
that's a big Joker, man.
He moves his body well.
That's why,
we talking about a big sloppy ass Serbian bro that's putting his shoulder on everybody that's running around.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
game in. I'm talking about first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. You tired.
I don't understand. I don't understand why they don't play Zeller more. Like Zeller is perfect for what they need for Joker.
Yeah. I don't know. Zeller was getting pushed around like a little ass kid. He was throwing him around like his
Zeller's gonna get beat 1-on-1. He gonna get beat on 1-on-1 situations.
That's okay. What you don't want to do is, like you say, you don't want them niggas wearing Bam down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Bam
how you wear Bam down is you turn Bam into the scorer on their team. That's how you wear him down. That was the game plan. Turn Bam into 20-something shots a game, 20-something shots, and 27 points, bro. And then let everybody else. Okay, y'all think y'all can outshoot us? Okay, we gonna show y'all. We a West.
Let's see what they got.
Shots. They just missed.
Yeah, they did miss. But the thing is,
they was good looks.
They were good. They were good looks. But the thing is, here's the thing: the Nuggets execute inside out, outside in. That's the thing about it, and that's why they wasn't really doubling Joker. As soon as they double Joker, he seen that shit. Remember the play when he made the overhead pass to the corner? He seen it right away because he ain't stupid.
Miami got to the inside and had some good looks. They just missed them.
It was just a lot of missed opportunities, man.
They missed about 7 or 8 wide open shots.
But HD, I see like you talking about like foul shots and open shots. That's true. But
here's the thing.
If Martin and Strus would have gave you a regular game from them, it would have been a tight game. They lost by 11. Strus didn't score at all, and Martin had only a handful of points. I'm like,
Robinson was killing them too. He was getting caught up. He was getting caught up in his mismatches.
You right, King. You right about that, bro.
Strus, Vincent, the rest of their guards, they're gonna get worn down on the defensive end when they running off the screens and trying to follow MPJ.
You ain't lying.
When they get
Vincent was getting hit.
Aaron Gordon was
Yeah.
when they
Vincent was getting hit on some of them screens.
Yeah, when they switched Vincent off on Aaron Gordon, that shit is food.
Oh yeah, you talking about
that's
that
all day.
Even on Murray, you see the Murray play? He got caught up in that screen.
Yeah,
we were like, where the hell?
So the thing is,
Robinson on the floor.
That was nasty.
The thing is, Miami can't hide nobody because Joker is away from. He's doing all his operating from outside of the paint. He's doing at the top of the key. That means Bam is away. That means Bam is away from the basket. There's no shot blockers, and now you can allow Aaron Gordon to eat all day around the basket.
With them backdoor cuts. With them backdoor cuts.
And that shit is Chinese chicken because they all on the boards.
Yeah, they all can score at three.
And they setting them picks. They setting them picks on that backside.
KCP was
but that's my problem. That's my problem with Eric Spoelstra. When you saw it happen, you got to take one of them guys out and put in
the adjustments.
Robinson was in there way too long.
Yeah, exactly. He sticks to his lineups way too goddamn long. I'm like, dude, if he could have made a couple switches, dog, the game wouldn't have got out.
Right. But here's the thing, HD.
Because Kyle Lowry was cooking tonight.
The HD, the smaller that they go, the more effective Denver is at running these sets.
Yeah, I know that. So
I'll say this.
He should have took one of them guards out. He should have brought either 24 in or the other guy.
Yeah, I was thinking 24.
Yeah, Highsmith.
Because 24, Highsmith. Because he could switch between Bam and Jimmy on whoever. Because all three of them could guard whoever. He's stuck with that little. He's stuck with Martin, Robinson, and them way too goddamn long.
Robinson was
and the thing is,
Brown was going way too
low.
He had Butler checking Joker at one point. It's like,
and the thing is, Joker is not going to attack Bam until late in the games when he know he's clearly tired.
Right.
That's when Joker's going to play. He's going to play all the X's and O's game in the half court set.
He gonna play chess.
Everybody on that team could bring up the ball. They got Aaron Gordon to bring up the ball. They got MPJ could bring up the ball. They got everybody can bring up the ball.
We were just saying that.
So the thing is, if Miami commit to a full court press, then they got Joker eating that shit alive. Anytime they rush, bro, like they got Joker's playing chess matches out there with them. They got to keep that shit alive because when he was trying to hold the ball, it was a man wide open. It was Aaron Gordon in the fourth quarter, and he got to the free throw line. The one thing I give Miami credit for is they transition defense. They ain't gonna give up nothing easy. Then that's the one thing that's gonna have to work for in games. Right. Yeah, that's the one thing that's gonna keep them in games. The problem is no matter what, Denver is gonna out execute you. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna out execute Miami because Miami's execution is dribble drive and kick out for the three. And this is what get teams in trouble outside of the Warriors because they dribble drive game outside of and kick out to the three is not as good as the teams that's proven to hit from the three consistently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something else I seen this too. Murray was cooking in the first half and they were trying their best to give Jokic the MVP. Yeah. I know Jokic didn't triple double. But Murray was the one cooking, but they was like,
they both had 10+ assists too. That's the thing too that killed them. Miami can't afford to have that. Get that up.
And MPJ had for his usual 15 and 10. Whatchamacallit had I think 15, 5 and 5.
What was it 24 assists to like 4 turnovers?
Gordon had 15, 5 and 5. Brown had 12, 5 and 5. These are the things like they play so well together and they play so well.
Team ball.
What did you see tonight, Chris? What did you see tonight, Chris?
Nah, HT. When it comes down, HT, those role players, they didn't have no legs, bro. You wasted all that energy against Celtics. Bro. You got no legs on the jump shots. Yeah. They're all flats. Just
that came back to haunt him, Chris. That came back.
Yeah, Jimmy looked flat. Jimmy looked flat on the shots too.
Yeah.
You're hoping that's what it was instead of Jimmy just out there like being like
being Mr. Butler.
You hope
it's all mental.
Yeah, but the thing is the role players for the thing about the Heat role players they are better on the road than at home. That's crazy. Like they are, and
yeah, that is weird though. That is weird.
You usually see your role players show up at home. These niggas travel with luggage. They ready. They done got
right. I mean, but here's the thing. They're playing a Western Conference team that executes on every which way on
all cylinders.
All cylinders.
I know, but Denver could be had, dog. Denver,
that's how I feel.
Board.
Yeah,
that's really how I felt watching this game.
Offensive boards easily, defensively, dog. You could get them. It's just that you got to make sure that
you have to execute
and you go to the free throw line, or if they're giving you that mid-range shot, you got to make them pay.
Yeah, you got
you got to make them pay consistently though. Like that's the thing about it.
Like that's the whole thing though. Like if they have
there's no consistent mid-range shooters on Miami. That's
the problem. Jimmy, you got
but you got to understand though, they've survived this the whole way and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is kind of their identity and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just working with, and like still the King said, you know what I'm saying? If they had just an average night, you know what I'm saying? They're still
if Vincent would have gave you at least 14.
Yeah, I mean, Vincent was on tonight.
Well, here's the thing, T. Here's the thing, bro. Like the thing is, Denver didn't have that great of a night from three as well. The thing that got them early was they had easy layups and easy dunks.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon down in the paint. That's why they shot 60%. Like, they didn't shoot that many. They got execution. They got easy buckets. If you look at the way they operated off the screens, they was like Jamal Murray was in rhythm all the time. Every time he got off the screens, the defensive intensity of Miami didn't.
So let me
they definitely got to set it. Well, they definitely got to step it up defensively. I'm talking about Miami and shit.
Yeah, they
that's
do.
what I want to ask you, T. What about this zone that they was doing? Because Miami was
that was horrible.
Up, bro.
Yeah, it's like
T was just talking about that.
Dog, it was like when they went to the zone, it was like, okay, I don't know why you're doing this.
Barbecue chicken.
But I said that at the beginning of the video. You can't run a zone like that against this team because, like,
not a good shooting team. Not like
straight inside on the zone. They were straight
execute.
Yeah.
So
I'll be honest with you, bro.
So if you're gonna run a zone, you got to run a zone where you got to keep one of them slow guys off the court. You got to keep defenders on there.
It got to
they don't panic. They just stay the course.
You got to trap them. You got to trap them.
But no, you can't do that. It's like when like Leaf said earlier, when you got a Joker working in the top of the key or working in the high post with his back to the basket and shit, he just sitting there he just sitting there being a quarterback and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do a zone like that, dog. They will they'll just eat you. He'll just
and they're patient too. They don't like
there and just pick apart the defense.
Yeah, I agree with you, T. I'm just saying, if you're gonna run a zone, you got to run like a trapping zone. You got to set it up. But you know, it is what it is.
You don't want to zone them dudes, man. They will. That's how they was getting their money and shit. You know.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, T. The Miami's best chance is they gotta rush them. They gotta full court press them and full court press them early.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying,
that's Miami at their best when they're able to put pressure on teams and get turnovers. That's them at their best.
When they at their best.
No, they gotta do that, bro. Like you can't let Joker get in a rhythm. You gotta get him and Murray off their game, because if they're feeling like they're comfortable or they can do whatever they want, they're gonna torch you again.
24 assists and 4 turnovers.
It's like he's just like Peyton Manning sitting in the pocket and shit.
Right, exactly.
Right.
If you don't put no pressure on him, he gonna eat you alive, bro.
Every time.
Man, you gotta put some. And you know what I was saying? What I was saying the other day is, I think the best thing for them niggas to do is let Joker do his thing and shit. Dog. Make him a scorer.
Thank you, Detroit T. I was finna say that. DDG. Don't double Joker.
Why you want him where his energy down or something?
Not just you want him to be
or start some energy.
No, it's not just that, but having KCP and all them other niggas get off on you, that's what's killing you.
Yeah.
You know, it's the role. Letting them niggas get the role players involved.
He wasn't even scoring to start the game. He was straight.
He He didn't need
dominating the game without scoring.
But that's Joker's game. Joker's game is very passive. He's not looking to score. He's looking to get everybody else the ball. Exactly. So if you make him and force him into being a jump shooter, because if you go look at the games this year and his past history, where he scored like 30 or 40s and all of that, they lose those games.
Yeah, when he be scoring 40s and 50s and all of that, he be losing them games.
Right. Hey, Doug, you got echo, bro.
Somebody got it on loud.
All right, go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, when he be
scoring, when he
Thanks
be super chat.
When he be scoring 40 and 50, they be losing them games. You know what I'm saying? You make Joker the scorer, Dad.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, dog, I kept watching the game, but I was getting frustrated. I'm like, why y'all keep doubling Joker? Let him cook. Yeah, all the other dudes, guard them other dudes. Don't worry about Joker. Let Joker cook. Guard them other guys.
Hey, but Bam was doing good too. Bam had the right mentality. He was coming out attacking Joker.
Yeah, and they stopped going to him. I was mad.
He stopped being aggressive. He stopped because he stopped being aggressive.
And that was another thing. I'm like, I said, yeah, he got Joker right where he wanted him, because now he's like, okay, I know you can't play no defense. You're gonna have to play defense tonight.
Yeah, Bam down there with him.
Well, he was playing them good too on some of the possessions.
No, he doesn't. This is not why. Like, Joker is a solid. He's very underrated as a defender and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think but the thing to do is you want to make him use his move laterally and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not his strength. Moving side to side. You know, moving side to side. Bam is the perfect dude that could put dribble moves on him and get him moving side to side and take him to the basket, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bam could be more aggressive and shit. And he starts playing like pebbles out there and shit, shooting these fadeaway mid-range shots and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's playing right into Denver's hands.
He gonna have to bang with Jokic and at least get Jokic in foul trouble and get to the line.
And then I knew the game was over when they was like, okay, we gonna try to put Zelle in the game and try to knock Joker off his game. Man, he came down the lane and saw Zelle and he bowled the hell out of Zelle. He's like,
bro, one of those screens he was running through, he just pushed him like he was like,
man, get your lazy ass
I was like, damn. Yeah, that's one thing I was telling T. I was like, yo, Jokic, he's a feisty bro, like one of them. He get away with not some calls, but like he'll smack you around doing a whole bunch of that Russian shit. I don't know, or Slovakian.
I seen one play where
he be doing some nasty shit. Yeah, I was like, yeah, he a nasty player right there.
You know what I was telling him. Well, no, listen, I would like.
I like it though.
I was telling them like in scrub thing. It's like, dog, if you look at how Joker plays, he plays a traditional style of big man basketball and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He keeps the ball high in the air. You know what I'm saying? He keeps his hands high. He always has his hands high. He doesn't play defense with his body. He plays defense with his arms and shit, with his length and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these are just classic big man traits.
The European
he impressed me. Because like you said, when he come around, because when he gets the ball at that mid range, he'll turn around and face the hoop, and he'll have the ball high, like in his shooting way. So that gives an advantage against teams, because it's like if somebody's small or somebody's not up there, then he could just he's there all day for you. You're at his mercy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you know what I'm saying? He could just turn around and shoot, because his hands are already up there ready to shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying? He plays a classic big man style and shit.
Because as soon as you go up, I'm going under. Now I'm going to the hoop.
Yep.
So he got a lot of stuff he can just pull with that.
Because the Europeans, they focus more on the fundamentals of the game. They don't get flashy like we do. We want to go between the legs, behind the back. The Europeans, they just learn the fundamentals of the game. And they let whatever athleticism they have just shine through.
And they tough.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? But I was saying, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like, dog, like they teaching these Euros the game, they gonna mess around and pass us by and shit, dog, because all niggas want to do here is shoot threes and dunk and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they gonna the game is gonna pass them by because these big men, they coming in here using classic big man. I mean, classic techniques and shit.
It ain't just the Europeans. It's not the Europeans too. It's the Africans, the Argentinians, all of them, man. You got Africans coming over here. Could go through the legs, back, post you up, go into they move, back shoulder, over the shoulder, fake left, go right, or fake right, go left, or fake both ways. And they got all of it. Don't look at Pascal Siakam. Pascal a beast.
He's a beast.
Like, he could do everything at 6'10".
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He's
amazing.
He's what they would. He's what they would want to say LeBron is and shit. You know, like he
but that's the thing.
Do everything. He actually has dribble skill. Yeah, he's got footwork and all of that shit. You know,
can score at all 3 levels.
Yeah, score from all 3 levels and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fundamentals, techniques, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because he low key sneaky around the rim too with his finesse. Yeah, the way he get his finger, his legs off.
I watched him the past 2 years, dog, and Siakam impresses me
because he used that backboard real nice.
Because he has footwork. You know,
I found out about Siakam.
Yeah, he do got footwork.
Won the championship.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I found out about Siakam.
Yep, that's when I paid attention to him too.
I don't even remember when I found about him.
When the Raptors won, because that's when he
probably.
Series, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dog, like nigga, Denver is beatable, dog, because them niggas they don't know how to keep the gas on and shit.
Put on the pedal.
They should have won by 25, maybe 30 tonight.
Dog, right.
That's what I said.
That is true, but the thing is,
you know what happened when they go up by 20?
Got closers though. That's the problem.
When they go up by like 20, they be like, "Okay, we up by 20. That's it. Like we cruise."
Right.
I just seen them.
You know, Miami ain't never gonna stop coming.
Miami got to do something about Robinson too, because Brown was cooking him all night.
And
it was nasty. I was like, this shit is nice. I was enjoying every minute of it. Boy, he showed him the whole game, the whole package.
They put Duncan Robinson in just for hype because Strus wasn't doing nothing. Strus didn't even score tonight, so they had to go somewhere. But then Kyle Lowry came in and gave you very good minutes. But
he gave good minutes, but you know.
I mean, if he does anything, it'll be better than like what he did last series and shit. He was looking like he was washed up last series, like for real. You know,
right.
And Vincent was playing kind of off, so it's Kyle Lowry's turn.
They had guys on the Celtics who could guard his sorry ass. Easy.
That's true. But he picked his spots better tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, that nigga still Pillsbury. Wait.
Yeah, he garbage. He garbage, but he did some
he
shots.
Gonna pull some garbage shit out of his ass in this series. Why?
Do y'all feel like Miami could use Tyler Hero in this finals?
Hell no. Leave him on the end of the bench, dog.
I agree.
Bring him back to next
like
year.
I said,
I agree.
You ain't gonna. I was like, what do they got to lose?
But honestly,
this is what they got.
I think he'll mess up the rhythm.
Oh, they really, dog, for how they were missing shots and all of that, dog. I would take this game and say, okay, this is what we got to adjust, what we need to do. Tyler Hero is going to be the same thing when you brought Jameer Nelson back for the Magic to play the Lakers. It's going
to take away from Vincent, all the players.
Leave his bitch ass at the end of the bench. Bring him back next year. I'm telling you, it's going to.
Yeah, I agree.
They're going to lose by 50 if he gets out there. Why?
It's gonna be like TL coming back in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, leave their ass off the field. Like, if a team got momentum, just sit your ass over here and chill. You good?
Because it may mess the rhythm of the teams and the others, like Benson and all those guys. They won't be getting on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but people don't understand that. They're like, oh, but he's a star, bro. Tyler Hero gonna mess it. I'm telling you.
When is the last time
this series? It's gonna be just like Jameer Nelson, dog, for that Magic when they played Lakers.
When is the last time he played? HD, you know?
He didn't play till I think the last time he played was like February or March or something.
Okay,
I think in game 2. I thought
they said like April. Was it?
Oh, you talking about the next game he's supposed to play?
But still, I would not bring him back, dog. I'll leave him. Do he gonna mess the rhythm up?
Yeah.
You're good.
They've been balling without for a month, over a month. It's over with.
And Caleb stepped up too. So yeah,
that's what I'm saying, dog. You're
you don't want to mess up all that.
I'm telling you, dog. Don't pull a Stan Van Dummy and overthink yourself. Why? I'm telling you, you're gonna lose.
Is Kevin Love, is he going to be available in this series? I don't think he can really probably do with this young Nuggets team.
They need all the size they can get, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They need big men, extra.
It don't matter who they bring. Oh, they can have 5 big men. Joker just gonna say, "Get your ass out the way."
You know who they could use if they still had on the team. HD, I think I heard you mention it. Was it Itchy? What's his name? Ichiro or his name? I forget. That went to Toronto Raptors. That used to play with the Heat.
Oh, you talking about Chua?
Yeah, he would be nice in this series for them. A player like him.
But they dumbasses got rid of him for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, that's the player they should have probably kept because he would have been nice with this team tonight.
Yeah, he would have been perfect because he could rebound, he could defend, and he could play the pick and roll good.
Exactly.
But they got rid of him though. So hey.
He on the Raptors now?
Yeah, he on the Raptors.
Oh, okay. Balling over there too.
What up, though? What up, though, y'all? What up, though, big homie?
What's up, my trees, man? What's up with y'all?
Good.
Y'all up here talking shit.
But give us your breakdown.
What's your thoughts on the game?
You know it.
Talking shit and talking about the game.
Give us your breakdown of the game, man. What you thought?
I actually agree with y'all. Like I've been listening. I actually agree with y'all. Like I feel like some people don't need to be in the game, bro. Like you're gonna throw it off. You're gonna mess it up. He's still getting paid. Just chill.
Yeah. But what you think about the hire, T?
You talking about money?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's like I kind of as soon as they fired him and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like that was like they brought out like we probably gonna get money because of his he got a relationship with our GM and shit. You know what I'm saying? But so I think he'd be good to come in and get a young team going and get them an identity and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it at all. You know, he might not be the be all end all coach, but he can take us upwards from where we at now, which is at the bottom and shit.
Oh, he got hurt in game 1 of the Bucks series. Oh,
yeah, he played in April.
Okay, yeah. You could bring him back then. That's fine. I thought he got hurt early in the year. I forgot.
How y'all feel about Nick Nurse in 76ers?
I mean, they're gonna lose some more, but I mean, but they're talking about they finna bring Van Fleet in and let Harden go.
I think Harden want to walk.
But that's what they saying.
I kind of feel like that too. I feel like that too.
I don't see Morley love that dude. I be thinking something funny between them two niggas, man.
And listen. I think Morley tried. I think Morley tried to make him do a ritual. Nigga Harden was like, nah, man, titties, dog, titties.
Don't be shocked when you hear.
I'm gonna tell y'all who be getting the most passes.
Hold on, real quick, Still the King. What you say?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't be shocked when you hear Joel Embiid trade rumors.
Oh no,
I ain't shocked.
And then what you call? It was like, I think I heard. Well, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard a rumor that Jason Tatum went to the front office and told them, "Look, if y'all don't re-sign Jaylen Brown, guess what? He gone. I'm gone too."
Yeah, because Tatum, he need Jaylen Brown. He need that nigga.
Listen, he need Nightwing, dog. He Tim Drake.
Man, as soon as that money come around, man, he ain't got to worry about none of that. All that get dropped.
No, bro, he do not listen. He know if Brown gone, that's gonna be all of it on him, dog.
Yep.
No, but I think they need to split up though. They need to split up. Here's the reason why: because they both need to. They not leaders. They need to be led. They need to play around guard. They need to play around. They need
he get a contract.
I think both of them need to play somewhere else. They both need to play somewhere where they could just spot up and shoot and play defense. They could do the less creation that they have to do, the better they are, bro. They not leaders.
Honestly, sounds like Brown to Houston.
Honestly, I just think it may sound crazy when I'm saying I just think they need to get rid of Marcus Smart and a couple of them bums and move on from there. Like seriously, I just think Marcus Smart makes them worse.
I think they need to rebuild the whole shit.
Grant Williams is too light skinned. He looked like Mikey off Recess for one. It's like I just think
Big Al is old.
Thank you, whoever said that. Big Al gotta go. Big Al gotta go. I'm sorry.
Gotta go too. I just think they just need to get rid of them and then go from there and force them to be the. I think them two will be fine if you force them to do it. But Marcus Smart, they don't respect this dude, bro. Like. Dude, 1 minute you got green hair, next minute you got black hair, next minute you got twists. Nigga, I think this nigga bipolar for real. Like, nigga, and I just think the team just don't flow well.
You just have an identity crisis.
The thing about JB and JT, bro, in perfect worlds, they need to play in the West, both of them. I ain't gonna lie to you, but they don't need to play. They don't need to play together. But the thing is, I see them the way they gonna win championships. I see them in an MPJ role. I don't see them in the roles that they are now.
I feel you, but it's some real guards out west now.
That's what they need to play with.
My thing is, dog. There's really not many teams in the East that really gonna threaten them. There's not.
Nope.
I understand that, but the problem is once they get to the West, they're gonna have lay the same egg that they did against the Warriors. I don't think Boston could have beat this.
I think that was experience why they lost to the Warriors. That was it. If they would have
some real guards out west,
if they would have kept Ime, they would have came. I think they would have made it back to the finals easy.
Man,
they would have came out on top.
But the thing is, HD right now they regressing. They starting to look like the Phoenix Suns of the East, bro. Like that's what they
say. They bring a Mazzulla back.
What?
Not really. The Phoenix Suns. I don't think they look like Phoenix. Phoenix to me, Devin Booker. I always say I never liked the Booker. I never liked his.
I don't know what's the difference between him and Tatum. What? They both think they Kobe.
They both, they
both
think they're Kobe. Yeah, I mean, there's no difference between
neither
both
one of them leaders. Neither one of them are leaders. Neither one of them are leaders, bro. Like that's the thing about
it. Yeah, they kind of are. So
I kind of think like
a little bit different.
Christian be talking about how Jalen
one could rebound and one could actually play make. That's what it is.
Tatum's a better overall player than Booker. Booker's a better scorer and shooter.
Because Tatum's a better defender.
Yeah,
he scores easy.
I don't know. I think D-Book got more dog in him than Tatum.
That's what I just said.
No, I can't. I don't think so.
You didn't see that film where he was like, "Why y'all double teaming me?"
You beat me to it.
Yeah, I seen it.
I mean, but just off the strength. I know, but off the strength of that, between him and Tatum, though, bro, like it's basically two.
Tatum better than Booker, dog. I'm sorry, dog. I watched both these guys.
But HD, I wanted to say this about Philly, but we jumped on Boston. I just want to say this real quick. When it comes to Philly, they talking about James Harden coming and going and Embiid, but it seemed like don't nobody get a pass more than Tobias Harris.
He's not a vocal part of the team.
For the money that he getting though, like that's the crazy thing.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He got a bad contract and he does nothing.
I knew about Tobias when he was in Detroit, Orlando. He's always been.
Did he come from Tennessee?
Player to me. Yep. At Tennessee, he just never jumped off my screen. I just thought he was just okay. He's all right. He's a bench guy. He's not a starter to me.
The nigga's name is Tobias.
Right, Tobias. Exactly.
But for the money he getting and he's starting all them games, it's like he gives you nothing.
Is Maxey signed up there?
Oh, little brother and shit.
But see, that's the thing. They signed him, but they should have signed. See, it was supposed to be Butler.
Yeah,
and they signed his sorry ass.
And that's why I said that's not what pissed. I said them keeping Ben Simmons pissed Jimmy off, but what really pissed him off was when they signed Tobias Harris.
Yeah, they signed sorry ass Tobias. I'd have been mad too. Like, man, this sorry bastard.
Right. He don't take none of the blame. They be trying to say, "Oh, Embiid got hurt."
He getting his money. I ain't mad at him. Get your money.
They don't give him no blame. He
Would
sucks.
you say,
like
Chris?
he's a role player. It's not like he's a superstar.
But he's a starter.
What you said, Chris C?
No, I'm just saying because he quiet. He don't make no noise. Like he just mind his own business and he gets $20 million a year. Like,
He
ain't mad at him.
Make his money and shut up. Like,
like all these teams, Detroit, the Clippers. I think he played for the Magic too, right?
Yeah, he played for.
He did play for a bunch of teams.
I hated when they tried to run that storyline.
I hated him more than Fournier.
He had his best year.
I hated him more than Fournier.
Yeah, bro, I hated Tobias.
Fournier was a nut. Fournier was
he had his best year in the Clippers in LA.
The Clippers, when they got rid of them players and then got the ball.
I remember because I think he was in 3-point competition that year. I think did he win or he came in second? But I don't
know what the nigga did, but
me neither.
I couldn't
say.
It
was like, Tobias Harris has stepped his game up so tremendous. I said, yeah, because he's playing on the Clippers, and the Clippers stink right now.
right. The Clippers are trash.
He got that team. But
I think I'd rather have him over Golden State.
Remember, he got that team to the playoffs.
Who, Wiggins or Poole?
Poole. Yeah, Poole. Because he takes a lot of unill-advised shots.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I mean, look, I wouldn't.
But that ain't saying much.
From the get go.
And remember they tried to run that storyline. I remember he did all that though, and I think it was on NBA Action. They tried to run that little storyline with him and Channing Frye. They was like, well, him and Channing Frye, they're cousins. And I was like, what the hell?
Trey, now they pushed him and Boban, right? Like the top.
Oh my gosh, I seen the commercial.
Like all this commercial.
How the hell, Chris, how the hell you sorry is baby shit and you get all the commercials? It's crazy.
Because he's like Boban is likable.
Man, they like him like they used to like George Mearson back in the day.
Goldfish was just
but George Mearson could play though.
He's a white guy. He's a resident white guy.
Like Mearson could play. His problem was they weren't giving him the ball. But this bum can't play at all.
Nah, he be in movie roles like, wait, what? This guy's
like, how you in a movie?
but he's like the lovable shit talking European. That's kind of how George Mearson was too and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just lovable European and shit. You know.
I guess, dog. But Mearson had game.
Mearson
out on the court and ball your ass to sleep.
Yeah, that
at that size. It's just that he was ahead of his time. He was in the wrong era.
Yeah, because that nigga was 7'5" and shit, dog.
Yeah, he was 7'5" and just hitting. He could hit the mid range and he could stretch his shot. Dog, Will Chamberlain used to talk about it all the time. He was like, I don't know why they won't give him the ball, and he can shoot the free throws.
Yep.
Like crazy. Like Will Chamberlain, like, I don't understand this basketball.
The problem with Mearson is back in the one-on-one era, bro, he couldn't guard. I remember Alonzo had 50 on him, and then Shaq had a night on them, bro. Like where they just wouldn't double because they refused to double Shaq.
But that's Alonzo and Shaq. That wasn't like everybody. I mean, that's
he got served by a lot of people. Trust me. I was looking at some
Sean Bradley was getting served by a lot of people.
Sean Bradley and not doing nothing on the other end.
That nigga was getting fried.
If you getting served, and you serving on the other end.
But HD, you know for a fact, bro. In the 90s, bro, like at the center position, if you couldn't hold your own defensively, bro, like you was just a bacon bit out there, bro. That's what separated like the David Robinsons and Keems and all of them and all of the top bigs from like the mid bigs that could they could play a little bit.
I understand what you're saying, but it was only like 3 or 4 raw centers at that time. Everybody else was mid. It didn't help Sean Bradley that he looked like a damn stick man out there. I was like,
it definitely didn't help him because he couldn't move nobody. And the thing is, he could block shots because he was tall. But the thing is, when he had to go up against a man's strength, bro, like that was his ass, bro. He was
Vince Carter
was like as soon as
nasty.
He just because he was 7'6", he just had a target on his back. Like
yeah, he was a target.
Everybody
had
because Vince Carter did him dirty as hell.
Back then, everybody
that nigga Vince Carter did him so dirty.
Back then you had two guards. You had two guards and wings that like to attack the basket. They want to get a highlight. And they see
exactly. Remember, that's all they because he got drafted because he was 7'6". That's why he was like the number one pick in that draft because he was 7'6".
Right.
And everybody looked at him like, oh, that's lunch, dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, nigga. Anytime you get dunked on by a nigga named Keon Clark, nigga, it's over.
Keon, I was
like, who the hell is Keon Clark?
Everybody, Sean Bradley.
AT.
Yo.
Oh, you are HDO. You guys got a package for DeAndre Ayton because it looks like they're gonna get Doc Rivers because he's left.
You said what?
Since it looks like Doc Rivers is the only coach left for the Suns.
I mean, Doc Rivers go. The only thing with him is he'll get them to the playoffs.
KD is
problem
retired.
is in the games is that he don't adjust, but DeAndre Ayton to get the ball more with Doc than he would have with Monty.
And he want out though.
Go get Booty Hoser.
Nah, don't get Booty Hoser. Booty Hoser gets shredded up in the West.
You might as well get Doc.
He'll get cooked in the West.
KD will be like, what the hell was his timeout for? But no, I feel you, HD.
This Russian roulette trade with coaches that's going on in the league, bro. Like this shit is just crazy.
It need to be veteran players, man.
Nick Nurse gets fired from Toronto. He gets hired by Philly.
But what that nigga RDC say, that nigga was like, man, he was like, niggas ain't hooping all over the NBA and they firing coaches, nigga.
That's the truth.
Like, what is going on?
Listen, he telling the truth though, bro.
That nigga be going off. RDC, he funny as hell.
That nigga was like,
no, but he was being.
Cause he be bad acting that shit out too.
But that's right.
But I'm like, okay, if that was coming from Doc Rivers, I'd be like, nigga, do we need to pull your stats up, motherfucker? Let's look.
Like that. That nigga said, that nigga was like, man, pass me the stats of MVP.
Man, all y'all niggas know that Doc got nine.
Exactly. So
Doc got 9 lives in the NBA, bro. Like he get fired, he gonna get another job.
Listen. I blame Doc for a lot of stuff he did, but dog, like, come on, it ain't matter who is gonna coach Philly. MB gonna choke. He ain't got no heart. Hard in his mind in the strip club. He don't even give a shit. When you saw him at OKC when they lost to the Heat, you saw how Westbrook and KD were about to break down because they lost. They were so mad. This nigga over here like,
well, South Beach. I'm
South Beach for a little bit. I'm finna stay in South Beach for a minute.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, dog, Embiid only had 9 points, nigga. 9?
Pass me
9 points?
Pass me the stats of MVP.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I said, once they went up, they was just basically like, man, F this, we done. It's over.
Trey,
but I'm saying though, I kept telling y'all Philly is not beating no Boston. I told y'all that. I told y'all that.
They're quitters. MB
Yep.
quit and walk.
There you go.
They all game 6 over. Oh well.
Everybody was getting hype over that game 1 James Harden performance. It's like game 1 James Harden is cool.
We done seen that all the time.
Wait till you get to game 5, 6, 7 Harden.
Yeah, that nigga.
They don't know about Houston. James Harden.
Houston,
OKC, all them teams.
Houston, James Harden.
I remember them Houston. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Bro, Trey, you remember right when Chris Paul was hurt, they had the Warriors with their back against the wall. All Harden had to do was just come out and dog walk their ass. They literally was done, and he let him off the hook.
They had the Warriors 3 games.
I said this too. As soon as Chris Paul got hurt, I said it's over. They're like, what you talking about?
Nah,
it's over.
don't even forget that comeback against the Clippers. HT wasn't even hard, and he was in
It
the
wasn't
bench.
hard. It was Jay Smooth and Brewer. It was
Man,
Brewer
that nigga Kevin McHale benched that nigga Harden, dog. He benched him.
Oh,
was he on those teams? Because I remember when they
had Dwight Howard. San Antonio, dog, when he let old ass Manu Ginobili beat his ass up like dog.
Yeah, when Ginobili D'd his ass up. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
And then he blocked
that
his
was
shot.
That was nasty. I was like, yeah, he ain't messing with no Ginobili. I saw that. I said, yeah, because Ginobili was aggressive on him on defense and everything.
I was like, I think at one point I could be wrong, but they was trying to compare those two.
Because they was left-handed.
Because both of them was left-handed and both of them do the Euro step.
Yeah, they were, at the time when they were doing that, James Harden was a 6th man too and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think Ginobili pulled a baseline dunk.
He's like, nigga, you ain't nowhere near close to me.
But in the playoffs, remember that nigga James Harden murked San Antonio, nigga. That's why they beat them niggas. He murked them. Murked.
What was that? Was that the team when they had with because I think that's the team
I think that was the team that went to the finals.
Yeah, that was the team that went to, they murked them niggas. He murked them niggas in the Western. That's the only game 6, game 7 I see.
Was that with Chris Paul or was that with Dwight Howard? Because I know he had 2 of them. No, that fight.
This was
okay with that Houston team.
Yeah. No, this was when he was in OKC and they played.
No, when he was OKC.
Oh yeah.
They were
Okay.
go to the finals, and he had that crazy hot game. Game 6.
It was
he went off. I remember that.
It was game 6 or 7, dog. He just dirting that.
No, it was
he went 6.
Off. No, it was 6 because remember the Spurs beat him the first 2 games, and then OKC won the next 4.
Okay,
they went crazy.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that KD I think he hit a game winner in one of them, or that might have been the next series.
I think he did. KD hit a nasty. He went off in one of them.
Yeah, that was a nasty game winner.
I think one of the games. I think also one of the games didn't Westbrook run to the at the last second he ran to the basket and dunked the ball. I'm like, damn,
dude, Westbrook was abusing Tony Parker that whole
that nigga said that nigga got that ball. That nigga got that ball.
Westbrook.
Westbrook ain't just do it to part. He was doing that to the whole league. It was nasty in that second half of the season. He was going off.
That young OKC.
Oh yeah.
What could have been, dog? That was a fun team to watch.
And that crowd they had too, man. That was something to see.
Oh, it was crazy.
When they had them games going, man. You see that crowd rocking? That was crazy.
When Westbrook used to dunk the ball, I used to shake my head and be like, "Ow!"
They used to have the scream shaking whenever they Westbrook would do something more.
That nigga at Westbrook, dog, he used to get the outlet, nigga, and he used to push that bitch fast as he could up the court, nigga. Stop on the dime, pop.
Stop on,
yeah.
Nigga, pop that jump.
Wait, how the hell he ain't lose his legs?
He be
from the elbow to free throw line.
Killing niggas with that shit, bro. Killing niggas with that shit, dog. Like,
don't be standing there.
It'd be like watching Bugs Bunny or something.
Because guess what? You finna get boomed on.
You stop.
Right. That's why they got, because when he got that little mid-range jumper, he was damn near unstoppable then and shit, dog.
Yeah, because he used to get up there.
You didn't know if he was gonna boom on you. Everybody was worried about him booming on you, dog. And then he started pulling up and hitting that jumper and shit. It was like, oh man.
He stopped in 9, pull up.
Dog, wet. You know?
Yeah, it was nasty. He used to have that low haircut, that UCLA. That man, he was a problem.
If they would have, that team was a damn dog. What could have been?
Oh my gosh, because I remember they had that team, and I'm like, they still got draft picks. Like they still got all these draft picks.
The best role, that's James Harden is not. He can score the rock, dog, but really he's a better playmaker and facilitator, dog. You know what I mean? This nigga's ability to see the floor, dog.
That's why Kobe and them.
Then they used to have Self-Alosha up there. That's why
Kobe and them struggled with him so much, because they ain't have no answer for Harden. Harden was killing them.
when he's able to control the ball at the top of the key and dribble, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like that's where he's valuable at to me and shit. You know what I'm saying? You trying to worry about that nigga scoring 30 and shit, that good luck to you and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And then Self-Alo to give it to you on the defense end.
If I got some niggas that he can play make for and shit, nigga, that's gonna be the plan, bro. I promise you.
Yeah, that team, man. They should have never broke that team up. Bro. That team was meant to.
In Seattle and they grew up the team, they probably would have kept all the players, right? If they stayed in Seattle, they would have kept all their players, probably, right?
Nah, I mean, listen, they was making money hand over fist there. Now they was just being cheap. You know,
because OKC was glad to have that team.
Right.
Yeah, they were, man. Like,
no, the thing is, Sam Presti and everything and all of that was he's very cheap. He don't want to pay the money because he don't want to go over that luxury tax and shit. That's what they don't want. Right. That's all that was. But that's what I'm saying is not about winning. Like they're gonna do the same thing with this OKC team. Watch, they're gonna shit on these guys.
Everybody talking about, oh, they got a nice little. I said, dog, they gonna break this team up.
Yeah, because they're building something ferocious down there. They got something bubbling in OKC that's going to be a problem like this next year. And anytime they're not going to be. They're not.
Wait till they get to probably. They probably gonna be good enough. They'll probably make the Western Conference Finals. Wait till after the Western Conference Finals. They gonna break that team up. They gonna be like, well, Shea Gilgeous got the ego.
Listen, dog, they got something bubbling, very dangerous.
Josh Giddey, he gone.
They got something.
Yeah, because I like that. Is it number 0 kid Williams or something like that?
Yeah, like he got him.
Yeah, I like him up there.
Shea got him a sidekick up there.
Yeah, don't even forget they didn't even have Holmgren. Like I know, regardless.
Yeah, they ain't even. That's the crazy thing. They ain't even had Chet Holmgren.
Right. Yeah, they building something very.
And then that guy, what is his name? Is it Giddey?
Yeah,
Giddey. That's the sidekick and shit, dog. Listen, dog.
Giddey's a solid point guard.
Man, listen, dog. Him and Shea is nasty, bro.
And he's like 6'6" or something, 6'5".
Nah, their problem is they got too much talent, too many picks, bro. Something you're gonna have to give. Like you can't pay.
They need some veterans up there too. I think they can use some veterans.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like shit, they broke their whole core up, man. Like that team was supposed to be, man. KD and Russ and Harden, you know what I'm saying?
And Ibaka.
Right. Yeah, and Ibaka, nigga. Them niggas would have won at least 2 or 3 and shit, dog.
Yeah, they would.
I think they had Self-Alo up there too.
They had old boy.
They had
Steven Adams.
Listen,
they could Steven Adams.
They could have beat the Heat that one year, dog, but the refs took control of that series so early.
They would have gave Golden State some problems in the years.
They had to take over that series because if they didn't take that series over, they'd have lost.
Yeah, they would have lost, dog.
Yeah, they had already take that series over.
They had already.
We could have potentially be talking about Golden State and OKC in some of the Western finals going at it.
They choked that first.
I believe had they not broken up, I don't think Golden State would have made it as far as they made it.
Hey Trey,
what?
They got 4 first-round picks next year.
Right.
Oh God damn!
Who do?
Sam Presti got more.
OKC got 4 first-round picks next year.
Telling you, man, they still getting.
They stacked all the way into like 2030, I think.
Yeah, the Clippers gave them like. God damn.
Yeah, they got hella picks and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
They was like, okay. They was like, okay, y'all want Paul George? You can have him.
And then when they traded Victor Oladipo to the Heat, oh man, they robbed them.
Didn't they have Melo too?
Listen, and he thought if Victor Oladipo ain't played a meaningful game for them niggas yet.
Nah, man.
Damn, that's the other person I was thinking of as well.
Like man, at this point, Victor Oladipo should just retire, dog. It's like, dog, it ain't
still can't finish left.
He missed out on that money. That's what he missed out at.
He's a what if, dog, because man,
he was in he's playing for the Pacers. I was like, man, where was this guy at?
You just had to break Orlando fans' heart again, dog. Why you had to bring up?
Well, see, he was in a contract year and he got hurt, so he missed out on like 100 and something million.
I'm still mad he couldn't go left when he was playing the those Cavs in that 7-game series. I was like, man, they were that close for pulling it off.
This nigga was giving LeBron the blues, the blues, dog.
They took him to 7 games.
Everybody was like, it's over. Indiana gonna beat the Cavs. I said, no,
they should have. That's the way it was feeling.
That nigga Oladipo took that nigga baseline and yammed all on that nigga. Like this nigga was not giving LeBron no breaks at all. Anytime he seen him, dog, he attacked him and shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga Oladipo was kind of a beast for a second there.
Yeah, he was athletic too.
I know, yeah,
dog, very.
It's just his left though.
That, you know what
he was nice.
He had that Michael Jordan glide in him and shit. Like that nigga was actually
he definitely did. Glide, but the thing is, like he hit like a lot of his injuries was just too scary. Like like he'll jump out of a ligament in a second, bro. Like the thing
is that what his injury? It was the ligaments.
You be like, he'll just fall. You be like, damn, he hurt again.
That was his problem. That was his problem.
But I'm gonna tell you a player that crushed my heart whenever he got hurt. I was like, man,
T-Mac.
Brandon Roy, bro.
Brandon Roy.
Oh yeah,
that crushed me, bro. That crushed me inside. I was like, not him though. He was supposed to be the one.
Oh my gosh,
he was supposed to be that one.
Nice. He
man,
was
too nice,
bro. Like he had it.
Yeah, and I ain't even catch him at college. My brother was telling me about him. I was like,
his college game was nice.
But yeah, he's telling me about college. I was like,
but Brandon Roy,
him and Nate Robinson was in Washington. He was a dog over there.
But listen, dog. But it's like, dog. That nigga actually had the mentality, dog. The shit we talking about.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely did, bro.
I will never forget. I think the last time I saw Brandon Roy play, it was in a playoff game against the Suns, and he went off in that game. And then they said, "Oh, Brandon Roy has a knee injury." I was like, "What the hell?"
I think the last time I saw him was against the Mavericks. The Mavericks, the year that they won the championship. The year that Dallas won the championship.
11, I think. No,
that had to be. Yeah, it was 11.
Yeah, he came back and was like had the little. He didn't even play a lot in that run. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that. Remember that game and shit. And then it was like all of a sudden it was like he's retiring. Like what?
Like, yeah, that crushed me. Brandon Roy, that crushed me, man.
And then when he tried to come back with Minnesota, I was like, dog, this nigga is not the same. He is done.
I mean, but the time he went out, dog, he came right back the next year and was balling and shit. Remember, he had missed like 1 year and shit, dog, and came all the way back, nigga.
But they said that he came in too early, like they advised him not to, and it cost him.
But if y'all want to talk about an injury hurting anybody, D Rose, man, come on.
Man, D Rose, dog.
D Rose up there too.
I was so sad when I saw because when he jumped,
D Rose.
When he hurt his knee, I said, "Oh." Then I looked back and I said, "Oh, he hurt his knee when he jumped and he went up in the air and was like, it went sideways." I was like, "What the hell going on?"
And D Rose was so explosive though.
Yeah, we talking about Westbrook, man.
No,
Rose
they
is
talk
up
about
there.
how John jump out the gym.
No, hell no. D Rose is way more athletic than Westbrook.
Yeah,
man. Because I used to be like, damn. And then I watched Rose. I'm like, nah, this
nigga Rose, dog. This nigga Rose, dog. Rose, half his body or whole body was over the rim, dog. Shit, crazy.
and he was fearless as a bug.
He used to
remember. Hold on. Now that I'm thinking about that, remember what was that nigga name that played for the Heat? He was one of them sorry ass niggas. Joel Anthony, something.
Oh, Joel Anthony, yeah.
He was just
big name.
Oh, Joel Anthony.
That nigga got dunked on by Terry Ross so hard. I was like, oh, what the?
Joel Anthony was garbage.
What you about to say, Tito?
Remember that nigga there, he used to do that shit while shooting too and shit. That nigga used to elevate so high on his jumper and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you just knew he wasn't gonna be able to keep that pace
And
up.
he had that mean crossover too. Like he'll go one way and then just cross and I'll be like,
he should have won it in Memphis, but
it'd be
Chalmers
nasty,
shot him.
low key.
Ooh, but remember what he did to my man Dragic?
Oh yeah. Cocked it back.
He cocked it back. He said, "Boo!" I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, he like Dragic, you had no business being there. I was supposed to be somebody else.
Say, man, y'all have a good night. I'm around on this one.
All right,
I was gonna say Grant Hill's up there too.
Be safe, bro.
You too. Oh yeah, Penny, of course.
Man,
Penny.
I remember when Grant Hill was talking about when they did the X-ray on his ankle. They did the X-ray on his ankle. The doctor was like, "Holy shit!
Like, how did you play on this? You know what I'm saying?
Like, what the?
That's
Like,
an athlete.
your shit is gone. Your shit is snapped in half."
Yeah, like nigga, you know what I'm saying? See, like nigga, everybody, and that was kind of like where nigga, it's like that we probably paying for that shit right now and shit because like that bad juju because as good as Grant Hill was and shit, like everybody here thought he was soft and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you wasn't the only one.
That in the that number 2 or number 3 draft pick.
But he wasn't.
That was like
wasn't soft though. But to try and prove his point, you know what I'm saying? He decided to play in the playoffs on that ankle.
Yeah, he talked about it too. He talked about it. He sat down and talked about it and shit.
Yeah, like
he wanted to show that he wasn't.
Like when he you know what I'm saying? Like somebody should have stepped in him and like, no, nigga, you is not like you at least got like you say, you got to at least go get an X-ray and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you got a little bad.
Right.
And when he got that X-ray, that doctor saw that ankle, and they was like, "Dog, your shit is snapped in half. How the hell did you play on this?"
I just played like he was balling on that shit. He was balling and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, dog, like nigga, I felt bad that he felt like he had to play and shit.
Yeah.
Hey T, that's how you say you got a little bad juju, little.
Yeah, that probably cost us some juju right there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that like that was the kind of the knock on him and shit. Like it's kind of like, yeah, this nigga's awesome and shit, but nigga, we just seen tougher niggas before.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That was like our fault and shit for expecting everybody to be.
I think the reason why everybody treated him like that because there was a lot of hardcore fans that was still stuck in that bad boy Piston era, and then they tried to wipe that away and make him the face.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And the league was kind of like pushing him out there to be the player.
And he had to wear them jerseys.
It was like, man,
I felt bad for him for that too.
We just really didn't rock with niggas like that and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga was, they trying to make this nigga Mike, and it's just like, man, we don't really like Mike and shit.
And we don't need that right now. We trying to move past that.
And since y'all comparing him to Mike, we don't like him neither.
Like comparing him to Mike does absolutely nothing for us. You know what I'm saying?
I remember
they tried that's to hard on him.
I remember when they did that commercial with him and Bill Laimbeer, and they tried like, we need to get you tough.
Yeah, like we're gonna make you tough and shit. Like that was the knock on it. But like you come to find out, like it wasn't no hoe in Grant Hill whatsoever.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, T, remember
when they did the Fast 5 documentary, and they was like, yeah, we thought that Grant Hill and them dudes was soft.
Yeah, Duke talking about Duke and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's always kind of been the knock on them and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, T, not to change subjects or anything, but I was going to say, you know a player that y'all probably could use this year, but he unfortunately is gone?
Anybody?
I was going to say Melo as a veteran player up there to finish his career off in Detroit the right way. I think that would be a good pickup for y'all.
If there is a what if story, that is the biggest what if in NBA history. What if Melo got drafted by Detroit? And he literally talked about this. He said, bruh, he was like, bruh, I didn't care about coming in and sitting on the bench. I would have been.
He was a rookie.
I would have been fine.
They wouldn't have been starting.
It's like I would have been fine rotating with Tayshaun.
Listen,
he would have perfectly fit in.
That's the whole messed up.
Because it'd have been easier for him to come in. Well, I mean, he was already ready for the league, but it would have been much more easier for him just to, come in that way. Oh yeah.
I mean, you got to think that he learned how to play. Really, he learned how to play basketball from Iverson and shit. You know what I'm saying? If he came up learning how to play under Chauncey and them and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you'd have seen a totally different kind of player out there.
Tayshaun Prince, they would have definitely got on about the screens, defense.
All Carmelo really learned was how to be a scorer and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like that nigga would have got here, nigga, that nigga would have been defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, and he'd have learned how to be a complete basketball player. Shit. You know
I actually agree with that for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, because like that was the whole thing about it. Like, nigga, I heard that same shit. He was talking like, man, I should have 2-3 rings right now and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, y'all was supposed to get him. That's just it. Like he was it was right there. That's just crazy.
It was dog. Think about that finals that y'all lost. Think about that finals that y'all lost.
Who was your competition at that time in the East?
I mean, it really wasn't Indiana. Indiana was.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Besides Indiana, I don't really think. Yeah.
Like the Miami Heat, like New Jersey was like right there up under us.
Yeah, Jersey was probably there. Yeah.
But yeah, like Indiana was like the man. Listen, dog, and I'll never forget, dog. I was watching the game and shit, watching the playoff game and shit, dog. This was after like Melo had did the little championship run. He came to one of our games and shit because he was supposed to be the number 2 pick in the draft and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, that's what I was.
They went and put him and shit. He like, how would you feel if the Pistons drafted you? He was like, oh man, like nigga, like. Richard Hamilton, he's like Rip Hamilton. That's my favorite player. Like I pattern my game after him. Like I love the mid-range game. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't wait. Like I would love to come here in Detroit and play and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga said this at the game and shit.
Shit was kind of lit too. Wasn't it a playoff game or something?
Yeah, it was a playoff
game. I think. Wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken, all three of them. I think LeBron, Melo, and D Wade. Was at a Piston game one time? Was at a Piston game? I think that's when y'all was playing Orlando.
But Carmelo, he kind of spoke it up into existence. they just was there to watch the game.
Remember what I know it was in the playoffs, nigga, and you know what I'm saying. Everybody, like I said, like nigga, they went and talked to him at halftime or second.
Was that against Orlando?
I don't remember.
I swear that might have been against. I swear for some reason it makes me feel like it was either that or. When y'all played against that Jason Kidd team, that Nets team.
I remember the Orlando series because one of y'all guys, I don't know who the hell it was. One of y'all guys got boomed on. T-Mac boomed on.
He went baseline. That was Orlando, I think.
Man, I don't care about all that. We lost that shit. I don't even care about all that. Doc Rivers and them.
Yeah, that was Ben Wallace who got dunked. So that's like the only time he ever got.
Yeah. Because T-Mac went off in that game. I was like, wow. I think that was the first game to start the playoffs off or something.
The destruction that T-Mac was doing, dog.
Yeah, it was nasty. I was like, he doing inside out. It didn't matter. Coming off screens, he was doing it all. I'm like, bruh. It was something. I'm like, yeah, you can't do nothing about that.
Orlando
just can't.
That game, that probably would have changed our whole trajectory, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Because we was the number one. Was he the number? No, we was. I think we had the number 1 seed that year and shit. So that was like a 1 versus 8 and shit. You know what I'm saying, nigga?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, because I think that was the first game of the playoffs.
No, that was that team. That was that team that like nobody believed that Doc got to the playoffs and shit. That's really where he gets a lot most of his rep from. It was from turning that team into a playoff team and shit, or getting them niggas to the playoffs or whatever. You know,
that's crazy because how I remember as a kid and my brother and they were like, it's T-Mac. Yeah, Orlando. It was T-Mac willing his way to the playoffs with that team.
That was all T-Mac.
T-Mac and Penny should have their number one retired right.
I'm gonna ask this though, HD. What the hell happened with T? Why the hell T-Mac put the ball in the damn stands? I never knew the backstory behind that.
When was that?
Remember when he got mad? He punted the ball, and the ref threw a tech on him, and he's like, "Oh, you gonna throw a tech? I'll punt the ball again." It got kicked out.
I do remember that. I can't. I think
he had Daryl Armstrong and Doliak on the team. Like shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell happened?
You can't blame T-Mac. He has some rough time.
Piggyback off what he said about Orlando, I'm like, dog, yeah, y'all had, bro. I still can't get that image where y'all had damn Patrick Ewing and Horace Grant on the damn team. I was like, what the hell?
We got Horace Grant because he balled out in Chicago when Mike left.
No, I ain't talking about that. Or I'm talking about Horace Grant after they won the championship with the Lakers. Horace Grant, not the Grant from Chicago.
Well, because they was trying to sell some tickets off the name. That's it, and merchandise. That's it.
I remember that nigga T-Mac was averaging like 32 points a game or something crazy.
It was sick. It was sick.
Yeah, it was like 32.6 or some shit. I was just watching. It was nasty.
I wish we could on 1-1 with him, man. But we just didn't have a team. We had a sorry ass team he was carrying.
Yeah,
and I feel bad for him in Houston too, because that team was.
Y'all had some bad
wins too.
I'm like, bro, when he finally got a team that could possibly win
because Houston, that team was.
He was done. His body was.
I know.
He was carrying on all them years. He was done.
He was hurt in the hospital watching his team losing the play. He was just like, man, because I knew, just like everybody else knew, like, man, if they had T-Mac, man.
Did he get
they lost to us.
It wasn't even that though. It was like, bro, it was like him and Yamin just traded places. Like, okay, I'm hurt now. Okay, I'm hurt now.
Did he ever get a ring that year in San Antonio?
No, man. Freaking Pop did him dirty. And we could have used him too. That's the crazy thing. We could have used a player like him out there. When we were struggling in some of them possessions. And he was just like, yo, like,
that was the year. That was the year against Miami. Was that year?
Yep.
Well, Ray Allen hit the shot.
Ain't put in a tenth of amount of work as T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? They just gave him the ring and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was some BS. I was mad too. I was like, T-Mac, we could have used him in the series.
Because basically, like in Orlando, it was just nothing but bad breaks and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just like that nigga whole career just been bad luck and shit. You know
really?
Do y'all think him and Kawhi got the same thing?
What you mean as far as injuries?
T-Mac was back. T-Mac was his back and shit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga.
Yeah, like he did. Like I don't think he had those problems in high school or anything. Like Kawhi had that his whole life. Like that's something that he can't.
You know, that was all. But T-Mac always battled back problems and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he did have chronic back pains in his career. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it went as far back as high school and shit.
That's my brother's favorite player. That's the first player I was like introduced to in them 2000s. I was like T-Mac, nothing else. It was T-Mac and Iverson at the time. And then I found my way when Tony Parker came around. I was like, yeah, I'm messing with Parker.
He said, I'm messing with Parker.
Yeah, I was messing.
Parker was raw for sure. You know?
The first person I ever got Xavier McDaniel.
Okay, that's what's up.
X-Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I never knew Xavier McDaniel and Dale Ellis. They was like, man, they was talking about why Dale Ellis and Xavier McDaniel got traded. I didn't know them niggas had a whole fight in the damn building. I was like, oh, these niggas had, I think Gary Payton was like, dude, we was coming out the elevator and Dale Ellis was standing right there. And at the time, Xavier McDaniel, he was holding his baby at the time. Man, damn, let us didn't give a damn. He saw Xavier McDaniel coming out that elevator. He punched the shit out of Xavier McDaniel.
Yeah. Nigga, I remember that nigga. I think I can't remember if he got punched. I remember him and Purvis Ellison got into it one game. And that nigga, I think that nigga Purvis I think he punched that nigga Xavier McDaniel was in his shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was like after they played, like the year after they played together and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
My parents named me after this nigga, so yeah.
Off of Xavier McDaniels?
Yeah, that's my name. My name is Xavier.
Oh, straight up. That's
crazy because my brother named his son Kyrie after Kyrie. I'm like, that's what's up. That was dope.
Yeah, boy, that boy gonna have the people coming to his house, man. You need to go have a meeting, sir. Jewish.
Man, telling you.
Man, listen, the niggas with the Blamakas come see you and shit.
He said Blamakas.
Soon as you say your name, Kyrie, they be like, oh, it's like Kyrie.
Yeah, but I hate that nigga Kobe. He used to kill my Spurs, boy.
Hey, I ain't like Kobe either, bro. He used to kill the shit out of
Daniels.
Oh yeah, listen, dog. Kobe was a rival back then and shit, dog.
Yeah, man, I couldn't stand.
You know,
I respect him. I respect the shit out of him though, for sure. Especially after he retired and got to know a little bit more about him, and then the accident and everything.
It was always funny, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, even back then, it was like, nigga, yeah, like F that nigga Kobe and shit, but nigga, this nigga be out here fooling.
Especially when he had to play on them bad teams. I was like, I got nothing but respect for him.
Cousin used to want it. Every time he played T-Mac, he's like, man, T-Mac is finna kill this nigga Kobe. I was like, no, he ain't. He not. No, he's not.
Nah, Kobe just said T-Mac was giving them problems though.
Yeah, he was giving them problems, but Kobe was like, no, yeah, you giving me problems, but guess what? I'm about to win this game, though.
Win the game, yep. You know,
yeah.
Listen,
as a matter of fact,
I'm about to close this game.
I saw the infamous game where he's like, oh, where the whole Black Mamba thing, just the Black Mamba moniker started. Like, when he first became, that was
during the trial. That was during the court
case.
Yep.
And he came out there, he was playing Kobe was playing terrible. It's like, dang, man, what is going on?
Then in the second
half, different story. Different story.
Specifically the fourth quarter and shit. You know what I'm saying? He started making them faces and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's when I respect Kobe.
Listen, now you gotta respect it, bro. Nigga, that number eight, like 24 was so
number 8. I'm sorry, dog.
24 was so mild mannered and chill.
I was like, dog. When he went to 24, I was just hurt.
But that was like you know what I'm saying? Like I said, 24 was so mild mannered and chill compared to number 8, nigga.
It's more like a mature toned down Kobe.
Number eight was just
24's bag was so out there, dog.
It was
like it just showed.
It was just like he mastered.
Yeah, because when he was number 8, you know, he didn't have it all yet, but his athleticism was sick.
But like number eight just had that FU mentality.
Yeah, because I see him do some game. I'm like, bruh, this dude's going it all.
Number 8 was asshole for real, dog.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. And you remember he used to go off the baseline and he used to keep the ball in his hand, and I'm like, what the? And get that bitch off on the other end. I'm like, this is crazy.
24's bag was just so. Nigga, the 24 bag was just like, nigga, that shit was like a Gucci bag.
But I'm gonna tell y'all where Kobe was the most dangerous to me.
Listen, that nigga was Anakin with number 8. He turned into Vader with 24.
Man,
I'm gonna tell y'all the most dangerous to me. Y'all might disagree or whatever, but to me, when he used to catch that ball mid range and turn around, mercy. because he can score from there. He can do alley-oop or he can floater, dunk. You don't know what is coming.
You remember the Blazers?
Man.
You remember the Blazers game? He hit the shot and took him in the OT, then hit the shot to win the game.
Yeah, nigga.
And then he'll have moves where he'll turn
if
around.
You remember,
go on. Like, yo, this
nigga,
they
was about to lose that
Hold
game. Dog. The nigga brought him back in the third quarter.
Yeah, he was hitting all them shots. Big moments.
Who was the guy? Who was the guy that was guarding him?
Patterson, dog. The Kobe stop.
I mean, but he did it on.
This is all alleged, by the way. You know what I'm
saying?
And
he was like, dog. I remember because he was like, Cito was like, yeah, Kobe. And Ruben Patterson saw him. He was like, dude, okay, you made your point. Okay, I get it. He was like, no, son. Every time
remember when him and Ron Artest went at it? And Ron Artest took the shot at him on his rib.
Oh man, he made Ron pay.
He was. I think he talked about it. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm fearless, but I felt that one."
He put that nigga in a blender, dog. It was crazy.
Yeah, listen, dog.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Listen,
he had some battles, man, for sure.
He had battles with Robert. But that's why when he had the opportunity to get him, he was like, "Nah, nigga, bring that nigga over here and shit." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of going against that nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he used to school niggas because Braun, he used to school him all the time. I'm like,
they went at it in the Western Conference Finals. Everybody's like, dang, it looked like the Lakers are finna lose this series. I was like, nope.
You talking about against Phoenix?
No, when they played Houston.
Oh, you said the fight.
The Western Conference, the Houston made it to the Western Conference Finals
without Tracy McGrady and shit.
Yeah, without Tracy McGrady, everybody thought they was finna beat the Lakers.
No, they had the Lakers. The problem is Ron Artest woke that nigga Kobe up.
Yeah,
and Kobe shot them niggas.
Yeah, because he hit him with one in the rib, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Kobe felt that. She was like, ooh. He's like, I felt that one. But yeah, that shit definitely wake somebody up like him.
Ron Artest got thrown out the game or something.
Yeah.
Because at that point, Ron, after that whole balance in the palace, he just had his reputation was just.
Bubba Chuck said the beast they shake the tree, the mamba fell out. Oh yeah, when he told AI that when JR was over there running his mouth, him and Kenyon Martin, and he shut their ass down.
Yeah, he did them nasty too.
Listen, dog.
I'm like, bro, you didn't learn your lesson from nigga Tim Duncan took your ass to school when you was in Jersey.
Kobe took all the business to the office.
But Duncan took everybody to school.
Yep. Fundamental.
And then he did an interview. He goes like, dog. He was like, dog, I blame that shit on He was talking about who you blame the loss on the most. He's like, I blame that shit on Mutombo because he the one talking about, oh, we don't need to double Tim Duncan. Like, what the hell?
Got his ass. He was washed by then anyways and shit. You know?
I'm like, dog, and I said, wait a minute, you didn't learn from the last time you said that bullshit. That he said the same thing. He said the same thing when they played the Lakers. Oh, we don't need to double check. I'm defensive player of the year. You got your ass cooked.
Donkey just wanted to win. At the end of the day, it didn't matter how the points numbers came. He just wanted to impactfully win.
Dog, I still can't get that game out of my head. That game, Wake Forest versus UMass. Oh my God.
Camby versus Duncan. No, that wasn't Camby. That
was Camby. And they was at the time they were saying Camby is the number one player in college basketball. Man.
There on that and that was like 90. I guess that was like 96, wasn't it? 97 or something.
Yeah, because I think Timmy wasn't even considered for the draft yet. He came got drafted the year after.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Man, he straight up cooked him.
Camby was alright, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was overrated like a mug. I don't know what happened and shit, dog. Them niggas floundered out in the tournament and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And yeah, then he got caught up in that scandal where he took
hey,
they paying him, and
the
then
nigga,
Calipari said, okay, they finna hit this team with a scandal. I'm gone. See ya.
the best dude in that draft and shit was so, and like he never ever got a run in the NBA. I can never figure out why was the nigga John Wallace and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That nigga John Wallace was a
I never. I'm like, for what I saw when he played in Syracuse, I'm like, what the hell happened?
No, he just never got an opportunity like that. Like nobody, that nigga was like nigga Ron Artest, but better and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like more athletic and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he just never got a run. I don't know if he had something mentally wrong with that.
That's the other thing. We're gonna have a conversation on our panel about all the players that probably just, never got that chance because of, this, or the odds was against her, or, they didn't even, get a fair chance.
I think what happened to him was once Kobe and them started to come in the draft, that kind of messed his stock up a little bit.
But nigga, that dog, them niggas, didn't he go to the championship that year? Nigga let them niggas, dog. That nigga was like a do everything nigga, dog. Like nigga, like for real and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, dog, like maybe I don't know if it was like kind of like he was like a tweener and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like he didn't get a run in New York at all. You know what I'm saying? And like,
so yeah. Sometimes
he got drafted by the Knicks. Then the Knicks, once they had the opportunity to get Marcus Camby, they traded his ass quick.
John Wallace was better than Marcus Camby and shit.
So where did he end up going to for the trade?
He wound up going to Toronto.
Toronto, yeah, he ended up in Toronto.
Oh, was that the time when Isaiah was up there?
Yeah, I think that was because I think he got rid of Camby, and I think did he get rid of Stoudemire around that time?
Yeah, because Stoudemire went to the Blazers and shit. So yeah, yep. He drafted Stoudemire too.
That Blazers team.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like nigga, that nigga John Wallace was cold, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The niggas don't even
Man, I remember then. I think who else was in that draft that got drafted there?
That
Kenyon, you talking about 96?
Was the Kenyon Martin in that shit too?
No, he was in the 2000 draft, I think.
Way later. Okay, that was way later. That was
later. That was down the line.
I thought he was overrated like in the mud too and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you talking about the nigga with the lips on his neck?
Yeah, like he was the big shit in college, and I'm like, this dude is alright. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, yeah. Well, I think because he played in Cincinnati, it's like
he took a full advantage of that New Jersey and that run they had.
I mean, he was extra athletic, but that nigga didn't have no like skills and shit. That nigga couldn't shoot or nothing. You know,
right? And he used to have that little flick shot. That shit used to annoy me.
It was garbage.
I hated that little flick hook shot.
That shit was garbage. You know,
it looked like a baby shot or something.
I said, dog, I said, dog, he the way he done, I think he just dunked for intimidation.
Yeah, I think he never really evolved his game from that. Like, nigga, the reason he got so popping is because he played with Jason Kidd.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He took advantage of Jason Kidd and that transition game.
Yeah, because he was like, because I think, he was there before they made the trade. Before they made the trade, got Jason Kidd. He was like, dog, I played with Marbury, and it was terrible.
Yeah, because Marbury don't give him the ball like Jason Kidd will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all I remember when they had Jason Kidd, all I remember he used to throw the ball up.
Yeah.
Oh, here come Kenyon Martin. Boom.
But he used to throw it on the money though. It wasn't just like he threw it up; he threw it on the money.
Nah, exactly right in stride and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, that nigga made Kenyon because man, when they tried to
him and Richardson.
They tried to have him play half court. He was playing more half court in Denver and shit. And he was just totally ass in Denver and shit, dog. They signed him to that big ass contract and shit. He never played up to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And then what you call
Kittle?
Yeah. If it's a big what if that I wished I would have saw because I saw it in the Olympics. What if Vince Carter would have said, you know what? I like this little hair thing I'm doing right now. I think I'm gonna keep this little do I have.
Oh, the full hair.
Where he had the full hair in the Olympics and he was just
Yeah, that's when he jumped over that 7-foot nigga.
He was just tearing the Olympics up. Yeah, and I don't think he wasn't even the first pick. I think who they say was I forgot who that dude.
But remember, if I'm not mistaken, that nigga had an attitude that summer, nigga. Because that's
he was mad. Yeah, he was mad because
he was going.
T-Mac had left.
Yep.
Butch Carter had got fired,
and they was all mad at him because he went to his graduation.
Yeah, he went to his graduation, and they blamed him for the loss. Yeah. So he was just upset that whole Olympics.
Nah, he choked that game away. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga didn't show up. I mean, he showed up.
That shot. I was like, dog, that had because he said afterwards he shot that shot a bunch more times and he hit it.
Listen, that didn't have a good game overall and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, that nigga had an attitude at the Olympics and shit. And he played like it too. Like, man, this nigga was
him. I think, yeah, it was him and Gary Payton. I was like, wait a minute, Gary Payton got a full head of hair? What the hell?
Yeah, them niggas when they grew their hair for the Olympics. I forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? But that nigga Vince had an attitude. That nigga had a tune and shit.
Well, it worked because they got the gold medal.
That nigga jumped over a 7-footer, nigga.
And he was like, dog, I thought this dude was gonna get out the way.
Dog, right. He said,
like, any grown man, I'm like, Vince Carter is coming at you at 100 miles an hour, and he ain't stopping. You mean tell me you gonna stand there and just let him? You gonna be like, oh hell no, get out the way, move.
Nigga, that nigga, if he'd have jumped this shit, dog, it'd have just been such a midair collision and shit, dog. But the fact that
he stood there and just took it,
yeah. But he kind of like tried to jump a little bit at the last minute, dog, and he was already over his head.
Man, like, that nigga took that bag. He took that bag and bounced. And I'm like,
that nigga said, oh, they doing it, and niggas like this jumping in the NBA. Oh hell no!
Jump like this, a time like this, a night like this. That's what happened. That boy did that dream chaser shit, whatever you call him.
Man, listen, that nigga, man, was mad as hell all summer and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I think later that year, what was that? Was it that year he ended up going to the New Jersey and shit? I think it was after the next year and shit.
Yeah, because for what they were saying, him and Sam Mitchell, they got to a whole fight in the locker room, and Vince Carter picked him up and body slammed his ass.
Yeah, because nigga, that nigga was be acting like a little bitch and shit, dog, on the court. Like, that was the one thing, man. Like, Vince Carter, dog, with tremendous scorer and shit. You know what I'm saying? Very crazy dunker, but like that nigga, man, that nigga's kind of heartless, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
And then I remember I was like, he came back to Toronto, and they booed his ass, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, but didn't he go off on them niggas and shit?
Yeah, I was like, that's why I said, uh-oh, he finna go off on you niggas.
Yeah. He went off on them niggas, you know what I'm saying?
No, I still remember the one Toronto game.